Germany. The 888.com European Dance Championship. Now it's time to meet the players. Now it's time to meet the Force, Justin Pye. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the world #1 and the reigning champion of the world, mighty Michael and Gerwen.
Well, Justin Pipe did record a narrow 6-5 win over Michael van Gerwen at the start of this month, so he entertains hopes here. Or can MVG stop the rot of the falling seeds here in the autumn German evening? Watching for us, Chris Mason and Stuart Pike.
Well, we've seen some big upsets, as you say, Matt. This would be arguably the biggest of them all if Justin Pike can get the job done against Michael van Gerwen. But as you mentioned, over this format, he's beaten him recently, and anything can happen. Who'd have thought, when we set out tonight, that Gary Anderson, James Wade, Adrian Lewis would all be beaten? Is Michael van Gerwen's name going to be added to the list of casualties by the world #13, Justin Pipe, in a real contrast of darting styles?
Yeah, it seeds 3, 6, 4 and 7 departed. Yeah, I don't think you get more opposite. A total tap man to a guy that will not be rushed. Saying that about the short race, both of them are obviously. Michael's incredible on the Pro Tour, and he's racking up victories like he's winning down the pub on a Thursday night. And Justin Pipe's won a few to his credit. He's won in Austria, he's won in Crawley, he's won in Ireland twice. Funny enough, he's won the Kingswood Darts Open in Bristol, my old manor. Not sure why that's on my list, actually. Don't think that one was a ranking event.
Well, Justin Pipe will not be worried by reputation, that's for sure. Just coming back into a little bit of form, as you mentioned, and he will fancy his chances here if Michael van Gerwen isn't at his very, very best.
Well, funnily, I know he's victorious, but I just felt Michael's game just slightly dipped a bit, but that's because of the ridiculous level he's been playing on. Yeah, Michael had success the weekend. He beat Wade 6-2 in the final at Crawley, and on Saturday lost to Kim Ibrex 6-3 in the semi-final. And as you said, last year in this, lost in the semi.
He's off and running. He's off and running with the first 180. The contrast in styles, the fact that Van Gerwen has to wait quite a long time before he has his next throw, or the fact that Justin Pipe doesn't wait literally at all. By the time Pipe's got back, behind Michael Van Gerwen. He's stepping
no one
up
ever
to
really
the
thinks
again.
about that. No one never really thinks about that, because it is effectively there's no gap either for Pipe.
Well, made a real mess there, didn't he, Michael Van Gerwen?
Another great win on my stat list. I like this one. Michael won the Jägermeister Open. I reckon I could have won that a few times in the past.
60, Michael Unicorn 82.
Oh yes, double 16, double 8. Michael Van Gerwen, 15 darter to get up and running. And the crowd will be cheering for Michael Van Gerwen. I'm just wondering that they're cheering now every dart that Justin Pipe's throwing, because he's taking a little bit of time, and Pipe probably won't let it affect him. Let's see.
He's got his earplugs in, so I'm not sure how much of that he can hear. He can hear.
78.
Michael winning in Dubai last year and then defended it this year.
And there's the earplugs. Good stuff from Pipe here. I'm not sure how much he can hear. But Van Gerwen will definitely have to be right on his game here. Because the way that Justin Pipe plays the game, he will chip away, and chip away, and all of a sudden he's on a finish.
I don't think Justin will. Well, like you said, if Michael's not at his best, I'm not sure he'll quite have that scoring power to keep Michael off his back.
But he will
He certainly has the tenacity.
Yeah, but he will be a little bit impatient, I'm sure.
Yeah, he will be.
The style won't suit
He'll
Van
get a
Gerwen.
little bored.
Yeah. Look at him, he's waiting and poised and ready, and
Have a cup of tea and maybe do a bit of tweeting.
excellent darts. Pipe on a possible two-darter, but Van Gerwen has given himself a real chance. Treble for double for Justin.
Oh, he might go tops, but that's a tempting. Yeah, for the way his darts land, that was sitting lovely for him, perfect. Well, he can just keep his fingers crossed.
What a chance inside both darts. What a chance for 2-0 for Michael Van Gerwen. And that is why Justin Pipe is such a dangerous opponent. Let's see if he can win the leg.
Now that's awkward. You're going to have to go left or right. I think he's choosing right. Yeah, the crowd deciding the outcome of that leg, I think.
So 2-0 to Michael Van Gerwen. So the crowd involvement, and they're cheering every time Justin Pipe throws. I say.
Oh no, I don't think their mirror plugs will keep.
Yeah, no. I mean,
out.
only Pipe. Obviously, only Pipe knows how much he can hear. And
he looks unaffected by it, but you know, I think you can still hear something.
How often did you let a crowd get to you?
Later on, when this sort of started. I mean, back in my BDO days, used to get great older. You know, they cheer in between throws. Every now and again, they get a bit excited, but ultimately, it was a real good, respectful crowd. The early years of Blackpool were immense. You know, they great crowds. But I think it's just a new thing in the Premier League. That type of almost. You know, the football fan and the football environment is transcended into our game, and it's hard to complain about because they brought in the big bucks.
Yeah, I mean they come to enjoy themselves.
If you get 10,000 people, they're not going to sit there like church mice. You know, they're spending big money and want to have a good time. So I suppose it's just the players adapting, but I don't think I could. I think it's just too, you know, I would find it hard to cope with someone affecting the outcome of a match, and not down to ability. And ultimately, Michael's sort of comeback tournament, winning the Grand Prix, he was getting stuffed by Merv King, and then the crowd just destroyed it. You know, they destroyed the game, and ultimately it was changed the result.
Helped by some great darts by Michael van Gerwen.
Absolutely. But Merv's game was ultimately affected because of the crowd's participation. Now, in sport, for me, that doesn't sit well.
Better from Pipe. Much better from Justin Pipe. Oh yes, 20 for tops for Michael.
It just didn't look like he was going to miss anything then.
Justin Pipe capable.
Absolutely. You don't win all them Pro Tours if you're not capable. Treble 17 ball. Yep, ball. So close.
That was a great effort. Great effort. It's 3-0 to Michael van Gerwen. He clipped the wire of the ball, didn't he, Justin Pipe?
Yeah. That's the problem, and Michael's just giving him scraps. You know, it's like, say about Taylor, yeah, you get shots. 141, 161, 164, 117, that's about it. Averaging 86 and change Pipe, but you know that's well below his Pro Tour form. Where Michael's up around 100, you know, that's pretty much standard fare.
He's a darting phenomenon, full stop. And you know, we talk about that World Grand Prix 2 years ago. The crowd played its part, but Michael van Gerwen was sensational, and that unleashed a darting demon. Because since then, his first breakthrough win.
Let's not forget, he had no sponsors, he had no money, he was struggling to stay on tour, and they introduced the youth, which give him some confidence and a bit of money, and then from that point on, it's, you know, what
it
we're
was a
looking
life
at.
changer, a game changer.
£1.7 million later,
yeah,
and he's now the most feared player on the circuit. It's an incredible turnaround. I mean, I knew him when he was a 15-year-old kid, and he was like he is now.
99.
It was just ridiculous. Although he did have air then.
Well, he wasn't very impressed with that visit, Michael van Gerwen. So Justin Pipe, a big favourite here to get a leg on the board. Yeah, 2 treble 19s to lead double 6.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost as if he'd given this one up.
Yeah, you can have this one.
Well, double 3 now for Justin. The darts, leg on the board, off and running.
Yeah, that will lift his spirits. Fortunately, it was a leg which he started. He needs to start taking some legs off of Michael, but Michael's throwing first. So you can get out of this first little session 3-2. He's still in it. 4-1. I think it's all over.
95.
Important visit from Michael van Gerwen, the world champion.
Aussie
Simon
fans.
Whitlock. against Raymond van Barneveld. What a match to round off the first day here of the European Championship. If you are just joining us, big news Friday night here in Mulheim. The defending champion Adrian Lewis is out, beaten by Jelle Klassen. The much fancied James Wade is out, beaten by Ronnie Huybrechts. The much fancied Gary Anderson is out, and Michael van Gerwen here doing his level best to make sure he isn't added to the list of big name casualties.
Michael Smith out. Andy Hamilton, another casualty.
Double 16 for an 11 darter. Great leg from Michael van Gerwen, in control here. And you can see he's keeping his concentration, he's keeping his focus, and he's dominating against Justin Pipe. He doesn't want to become a big name casualty here at the European Championship. He leads by 4 legs to 1.
Box, Chris and Stuart.
Yeah, you never know, Matt. You just never know. But 10 points between them in the averages. 100 average for Van Gerwen, 90 for Justin Pipe. Interesting, during the European Tour events, and there's a lot of them here in Germany, where darts, as we know, is big time now, the crowd, the cheering between the darts for Justin Pipe, just see if Van Gerwen can get another 180. It normally goes on during the practice darts. Dave Allen, the PDC media manager, was telling me that normally when the match starts they stop, but obviously tonight
well, they are usually. I mean, you go to big boxing events here, they actually just sit there and just applaud respectfully, where if you go to a big fight in the UK it's mayhem. So you know, it's quite unusual for them to be a bit like that over here, but I suppose in their eyes it's quite slow, but that's him. It's not like it's not doing it to put Michael off. I mean, he actually used to be a tiny little bit slower than this, but he's no slower than Priestley. No one ever complained about that.
I've always said as well on commentary with Justin Pipe that he throws the darts, and when he throws that third dart, he's quicker than anybody to get to the board.
Hamilton's no Vincent van der Voort.
Get to the board and get the darts out and go back.
I don't think the players particularly find his pace.
Great player, 13 in the world.
Yeah,
got to be a good player. Well, unlucky, looking for the full house to leave tops.
Just when you require 95.
Just odd sloppy visit from Michael van Gerwen. No. 20 would leave the ball. That leaves double 5. Yeah, still very much in this. Justin Pipe, always capable of putting a run of legs together.
Yeah, the problem is,
look at this from Michael van Gerwen here.
15 dart legs with the throws, not going to be enough. Van Gerwen, it's an outrageous amount of 12 dart legs.
But Michael can't afford to switch off or just have that little lapse of concentration, which
he does do.
Yeah, which he does do, and he admits it's the Achilles heel in his game, that he just tends occasionally to just lose a little bit of concentration and focus. Fabulous player.
He's not bad.
98.
But he literally, over the next 2 decades and more, can go on and achieve amazing things in this sport.
Well, I don't tend to go down that line of thought, because we've all been proven so wrong over the years. You know, how long it took Lewis to just win the one. I mean, I know he's won 2 now, and look at, you know, there's so many great players without a world title. King, Wade, Jenkins, Anderson. You know,
all things being well, he will go on to win huge amounts of big titles, Michael van Gerwen.
how many world titles do you think you win?
7, 8. I really do.
Okay.
And you?
5. At most. Taylor must have been pretty good.
I mean, you wouldn't haggle over the odd 1 or 2, would you? I mean, 5. If you win 5,
is an immense amount.
Yeah.
Especially where the game is now.
Yeah, absolutely.
65.
I mean, no disrespect to the players that are around, but I mean, you know, you look in that period where Phil won all them world titles. His main adversary really was Priestley.
Well, putting pressure on here, Piper. 140. Well, that's just as good. That's just as good. Real pressure on Van Gerwen now. Left himself tops. Got to get it. Oh, and does. Just a little glimmer there for Justin Pike. Just ever so
the carrot.
slight. Yeah, absolutely, ever so slight. He's had to finish well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Three good darts for not a lot.
No, that's the cruel side of the game. And very rarely rewarded. And look, there's another one. That's a beauty.
40.
Well, that's frustrating. This is 2 for Michael. 60, followed by 60.
Yes.
Well, you can see there he's dragging himself back. He's trudging back to get a sip of water. He's not even looking at what Justin Pipe's doing. Finally turns round and gets ready to throw. But that might be his way of dealing with the weight between throws.
Good idea.
Yeah.
40.
Well, he's not happy, is he? Last 9 darts, 60, 60, 40.
Yeah, it's quality. Get a game for us on a Thursday night.
Still be too good for me.
Yeah, I think in his mind he's thinking, right, next leg, my throw. Stick a 12 in.
51.
Well, that's 12 darts thrown, and he hasn't hit one single big treble.
Another one of those leaves double 10. Yep.
120.
Well, it's going to be one of the worst legs that we've ever seen from Michael van Gerwen, putting things into perspective, of course. Justin Pipe to get another leg on the board, to stay in the match, to keep the pressure on. Looking at double 10. That's 4 darts he's had at double 10, and you know, Van Gerwen had just kept an even slightly better order.
60.
Well, he's had 18 darts and got down to 170.
Just like me. Stu, unlucky.
5-3 it is. Still fighting, still hoping. Still in with a chance. There was that last leg, Michael van Gerwen's little lapse of concentration. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Throw for the match. You start with a 140.
Pipe's record this event. 2011, lost first round to Nicholson. 2012, lost first round to Dolan. And last year lost 10-6 to Klassen in the second round. Not happy hunting ground when you look in comparison. Players' Championship finals, semi-finals, 2012, 2013. Quarter-finals, twice of the match play. Semi-final of the Grand Prix. Maybe you just don't like Germany.
Well, the winner of this will play Brendan Dolan, who averaged nearly 105.
It was impressive.
In beating
Really
Michael
clinical.
Smith. Justin Pipe still fighting.
91.
Not been vintage Van Gerwen, has it, by any means? 91 average. Justin Pipe, 89. Two big trebles here makes it interesting. We'll switch.
59.
Michael have a go at this, I think. Go out,
Yeah,
go
I'm
out
sure.
with a bang. This will be the frustrating thing for Pipe. You look at the stats of this match and think, why wasn't I really in this?
Yeah.
You know, it's hardly been blown away. It's not, you know, it's not the big 100+ averages we usually see from Michael and explosive scoring.
There it is. Did what he had to do, Michael Van Gerwen. Certainly didn't have the rhythm. It wasn't the pace of game that would suit Michael Van Gerwen. But unlike Adrian Lewis, unlike Gary Anderson, unlike James Reid, the world #1 safely through to round 2. Michael Van Gerwen's bid to win the European Championship is underway.